This is your market recap for October 21st, 2025. As you can see today, we played very small. We didn't really do much throughout London session and New York session. Most of this bearish move was actually created during Asian session. If we go down to the hourly time frame, we can see that market opened here yesterday. This is that buy side wick we saw, and then like I mentioned, most of the move happened in Asian session. London opened at 2, and we kind of just stayed within this whole range here. Volume did pick up when New York session started. We started by coming down. My draw today was these. First off, this hourly and 4 hour actually. We go there, 4 hour fair value gap low. Reason for that is because we're up here and we're struggling. I mean, we come up, take this high, and we start to fade it downwards. So in my mind, I also saw us reacting off of this, which is obviously, as you can see, a 4 hour. In fact, let me pull that up. 4 hour fair value gap right there. Nice reaction there on the hourly. So this was telling me we're drawing downwards, maybe not higher time frame like on the daily, but today is definitely going to be a retrace day. So we come down. I was thinking either equilibrium, this 4 hour, or the constant encroachment of this 1 hour sell side wick. We weren't really bearish or bullish today, so tapped into this 4 hour, almost hit equilibrium. I mean, that's close enough. We look at this low, it is 203 flat, and this is 202.75. So one tick away from hitting equilibrium exactly. We rally upwards, tag this 1 hour, fail to take out this high. Lunch doesn't do much, and then to end the day, we kind of return back to the range. So very range bound today with no real, that's why I said no buy side or sell side. We had targets, but none of them were really hit, especially not with any purpose. So, like I mentioned, price was keeping nicely within this 4 hour, which is what had me thinking bearish to start. We do end up drawing down below these relative equal lows, that hourly and 4 hour fair value gap low, as well as this 4 hour fair value gap high. 4 hour, right? 1 hour? Yeah, 4 hour fair value gap high, equilibrium, and all these draws down here. As you can see here, big wicks, bearish, bullish, market's confused. So I am hands off today. Did I think we'd play bullish? Yes. Did we play bullish? Yes. But the market was just not acting and moving in a way that I felt comfortable taking anything, and I am completely okay with that. My model also didn't present anything, so I'm really, or wasn't really too pressed to take a trade today. We can see here, hit this 4 hour, tapped into it really, rallied up, nice hourly fair value gap up here, took us downwards. 1 hour there, validated with this reaction here, closed below it, acts as an inverse, keeping us inside of it the whole time to facilitate the last bearish move during the last hour of trading to take out these lows here and this one over here as well. 5 minute fair value, or sorry, 5 minute time frame, not much, if anything. We can see here market opens, taps up into that 4 hour one last time, drops down, taking out our draws, barely almost tapping equilibrium, and then moving up off of that, but not very nicely. I mean, macros here, it dips below 1 last time, so even if I was in, this most likely would have been a break-even type of play with this drawdown there. And then from there, we actually started to move, but not without significant retraces with this wick here. And it took us a whole lot of time to just move a simple 100 handles. We come up, nicely react off this hourly, takes us downwards to lunch where we stay in this range right here. We then create this as an inverse as well, which keeps us in there nicely if you just look at the highs and the reactions of the closures here. And then last hour of trading, macro, 350 to 410 macro, shoots us down below these lows here, or technically all of these relative equal lows right there. It's going to be a fast one because there's not a whole lot on any of these time frames. But like I mentioned, was looking for us to draw downwards today. So we had this SMT here that could have been taken, just wasn't a fan of price action. SMT of these highs, same thing, wasn't a fan of price action. Taking the macro as well, just looking at this price action, I saw that and I said, all right, because usually there's a chance that since the opening range is from 9:30 to 10, that the 10 o'clock candle, the 10 o'clock hourly candle will give us a little more volume and direction, but that was not the case today. I could tell within the first 4 or 5 minutes um, of the 10 o'clock candle that we weren't doing that. So from here we did rally up, like I mentioned, no lower time frame, sorry, no lower time from SMT, but like I mentioned, a break even probably would have been at this high if I was in. So it would have been break even and then obviously taken out of that. Medium time frame SMT here, as well as this tap of equilibrium before we actually started the bullish move for the day, at least for AM session. Again, hourly for value gap keeps us in. Uh, Lunch, we're in this simple range right here, not really doing too much. And then after lunch, when PM session starts, we are really just kept within this 15-minute inverse the whole time. Higher time frame SMT of these highs, no lower time frame or anything like that that gives us any sort of confirmation. It just takes off. So no trades available for me today, and I'm completely okay with that. Markets are just in, they're not really in a complicated position because I'm still predicting things as they are. They're just in a very finicky situation where they're not cooperating, right? It's like a unruly child. Um, but I'm totally okay sitting them out until it starts behaving, um, because I know markets will get better at some point, and when they do, I will be ready to capitalize on it. But until then, I will sit on my hands. So this has been your market recap for West. So actually, sorry, I forgot to talk about what I was gonna look for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't even know. Um, Maybe relative equal lows here, taken an SMT of one of these lows. I am looking to play bullish tomorrow just because of where we are in the markets. Um, Heavy draws up here with these relative equal highs, even more so with this one here. Nice small retrace here, tapped into the 4 hour. I want to say we might draw a little lower just because of the lack of sell side action we got on yesterday. Um, So SMT of these lows or a adequate reaction off of one of these levels is good enough for me to play bullish. Obviously, if my model is present. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow, but we'll see what actually happens. So this has been your market recap for October 21st, 2025.